presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox. We are LA.
Especially on Father's Day, Major League Baseball raises awareness for prostate cancer with the Home Run Challenge. As we continue interleague baseball here at the Big A today from this gorgeous facility on a beautiful day, it is a rubber game of the series between your Angels and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Hi, everybody. From inside the Big A, we welcome you back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West. And as the great Ralph Kiner once said, today is Father's Day, and to all the dads out there, happy birthday. I'm Victor Rojas along with Mark Gubizik. Glad you could join us once again as always. Last night we saw a spectacular pitching performance by a guy that probably needed one, considering the guy who is pitching today. Garrett Richards is pitching this afternoon. We'll talk about him later on in the ballgame. But Ervin Santana certainly needed a very good start to remain in the rotation. Boy, did he deliver last night.
Yeah, Victor, he was focused from the get-go. I mean, the fastball command, he talked about needing to have that early in the game to be able to establish his sliders. Throughout this ballgame, he had both the fastball, the slider, the focus, the tempo. He didn't mess around even in between innings. He had those 8 pitches he got to warm up with, and he attacked the zone there, too. Great fastball there on the outside part of the plate. 5 strikeouts during the course of the game, just 1 hit allowed, that base hit, which was not even a bad pitch to Justin Upton up the middle, and then, of course, just 1 other walk. But other than that, he was absolutely dominant. His 7th career shutout for Ervin Santana. Great stuff. He was even focused today when I saw him. He still had that look. He looked like he wanted to go back out and maybe pitch out of the bullpen. He was out of focus. Hopefully, continues that going.
Yeah, the 24th career one-hitter for an Angels pitcher. Of course, Nolan Ryan, which isn't fair. We got to throw him out. He had 6 one-hitters as a member of the Angels. Garrett Richards getting the start for the Halos today. He'll be opposed by Southern California product Ian Kennedy. As we're just about ready for baseball on Father's Day, sit back and relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return. Angels baseball is Oh, plenty of fathers in attendance here today. Big crowd expected on this gorgeous, gorgeous day. And why wouldn't you want to be out here at the ballpark? The Halos have been playing very good baseball and looking for the series win here this afternoon against the Arizona Diamondbacks. We were treated to a very special performance last night by Urban Santana. And after the game, of course, the Chris Cagle concert, which you apparently stuck around for after doing your post-game hit.
Yeah, I heard a couple songs. It was kind of fun to check out.
You heard a couple songs on the way to your car.
Yes,
driving
I did.
home. Happy Father's Day to you.
Happy Father's Day to you,
Happy
too.
Father's Day to everyone in our truck and everyone that's sitting at home getting a chance to watch the Angels on television today. In today's game, we're participating in the Home Run Challenge. Every home run in this ballgame raises $20,000 for prostate cancer research. You can make a pledge by calling 800-798-CURE or by going online to pcf.org. Halos wearing those red tops that Urban Santana sported last night, so Garrett Richards said, well, I'll try to keep it going. Might as well. It's usually the starting pitcher's choice in wearing the tops, and that's what the Angels are sporting today as Kirk Gibson will run out a different lineup for the third and final game of this series. Diamondbacks at 32-33, 8.5 back in the National League West. It's Willie Bloomquist leading things off. He'll play shortstop. Jason Kubel back in the two-spot at DH. Justin Upton in right field. Miguel Montero in that cleanup spot doing the catching. Paul Goldschmidt make his second consecutive start at first base. Chris Young drops down to the sixth hole after being the leadoff man. He's in center. Aaron Hill at second. Gerardo Parra is getting the start in left field once again. He will bat eighth, and it's the switch hitter, Josh Bell, batting ninth and playing third base. He formerly of the Baltimore Orioles, formerly of the Los Angeles Dodgers, as Garrett Richards will take the rock today from Mike Scioscia and try to pick up his second big league victory.
We'll see if Garrett can get back to that fastball command last time out. A little bit erratic, but still made some quality pitches. 1-0 at home with an ERA 1.13. Power fastball, 93, and even at times touches 97 with that fastball. Good slider, very solid curveball, good changeup, real good presence on the mound, fields his position well. Look for him to attack down in the strike zone and get a lot of ground ball outs.
Well, let's take a look at the defense that'll be playing behind Garrett this afternoon. A little bit of a change in the lineup. No Torrey Hunter today, so Mike Trout is in left, Peter Borges at center, Mark Trumbo in right. The infield has Alberto Castro, Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and Albert Pujols around from third to first, and it's Hank Conger doing the catching.
And just in case Garrett Richards elevates some pitches, he's got Peter Borges out in center field. The man can cover so much ground between him and Trumbo and Trout out in the outfield. Should be a lot of coverage in that outfield. 18 career outfield assists. This is his third start in the last 17 games for Peter Borges, but very, very good in that outfield position.
Halos were shut out on Friday night, 5-0. They returned the favor last night with the 2-0 complete game shutout for Urban Santana. And we'll see what's in store this afternoon. 13 innings of work for Garrett Richards this year. 9 hits, 12 strikeouts, 7 walks. Really struggled with the command in his last start against the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. As the first one this afternoon is in for a strike. Bloomquist got the start at shortstop last night. Went 0 for 4. A .288 average. 12 doubles, 4 triples. 11 runs batted in. He swings and misses. And it's an 0-2 count.
Boy, that's a pretty good sign. When you have a fastball at 95, the bottom drop out like that, that's a good pitch for him. Both pitches so far at 95. Looks under control so far today.
.02 on its way. Boy, he just shattered his bat. Bloomquist will head back to the dugout to pick up some new lumber.
Talk about an effective 0-2 pitch inside.
Oh,
the ball ran in and was trying to basically get that fastball off his body because I had a chance of running and hitting him.
That's cooking breakfast in that kitchen right there in your sandals and bathrobe.
You might need that oven mitt after that one.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Boy, that was a good fastball. All 3 pitches so far at 95 miles an hour.
Conger wants the fastball up. It is up. Bloomquist does not offer at it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Diamondbacks 15-16 at home. They are 17-17 out of the road. 6th overall in the National League at batting average. 8th in home runs. As Bloomquist swings and misses on the breaking pitch. There's the first down of the game.
Boy, real good breaking pitch after 4 really good fastballs in a row. Up a nice slider. Great location, that pitch. Get the first guy out, which is always the important thing, especially for a young pitcher. After his last game, you mentioned, Victor, his command erratic at times, but looks under control here, which is important. He's pitched well here at the Big A.
Jason Kubel looks at a fastball downstairs for ball 1. Kubel went 0 for 3 last night. A .290 average with 7 home runs, 39 runs batted in. First season with Arizona after coming up through the Minnesota Twins organization. Lines this one to right field. So 1 out knock puts a man on here in the first for Justin Upton.
He continues to swing the bat well against the Angels, Kubel. Very good approach. Keeps his hands back well and base it in the right field.
Upton was the 21st batter that Irvin Santana faced last night. It was the 21st batter that reached base. Very first pitch, a fastball away that Upton had a very clean single into center field on. Only 2 base runners reaching against Irvin. He gave up a 9th inning walk to Miguel Montero, the pinch hitter. That was it, though. Upton 1 for 3 with that performance last night, hitting .258, 5 home runs, and 22 runs batted in. Check swing. They wanted appeal. Did not go. So it's 2 balls and no strikes. We were told by the visiting voices of the Diamondbacks, Darren Sutton and Mark Grace, that after the game yesterday, that apparently Justin Upton liked the way the Diamondbacks swung the bats against Irvin Santana. Just nothing really falling for him. This one's lifted in the air. Playable for Mark Trumbo. He's got a long run in, but he is there, puts it away, 2 down.
Tell you what, I don't remember many baseballs squared up against Irvin last night, other than the ground ball that Upton hit up the middle, which wasn't a bad pitch for Irvin. He was trying to establish a fastball early in the count and then finish him off with a slider. Was away, outside corner at the knees. Good approach by Upton going back up the middle against him.
So 2 outs and a man at first, and Miguel Montero, the catcher, will step to the plate. Kubel with a very short lead over at first, doesn't run a whole lot. Montero swings here and grounds one weakly to second. Howie Kendrick has it. The inning comes to an end. A 1-out single stranded at first. As we get to the bottom of the first, it'll be Trout, Cayasco, and Pujols to face Ian Kennedy with those scores. Much better than that of the start against the Dodgers, and we'll take a look at Mike Scioscia's lineup for tonight. The Halos, with the victory last night, remain 4 back in the American League West at 35-31. Mike Trout leading things off in left field this afternoon. Alberto Callasco is at third base. Albert Pujols at first. Kendrys Morales, the cleanup hitter, in DH. Mark Trumbo gets the start in right. Howie Kendrick is at second. Eric Ibar, the shortstop. Hank Conger will bat eighth and do the catching. And Peter Borges is back in the lineup, batting ninth and patrolling center field, taking on the 27-year-old Southern California native by the name of Ian Kennedy.
Ian Kennedy, good fastball. Last year won 21 games for the D-backs. Fastball 88-94 with good sink action. We'll throw a cut fastball, slider, curveball, and a changeup.
Mike Trout set to lead things off, 0 for 4 yesterday as he looks at a fastball for a strike. Kennedy with a 5-6 record, a 4.32 earned run average. Had an incredible season last year for the Diamondbacks, a 21-game winner. This one's sharply hit to second. Aaron Hill has it. Trout's retired. And there's out number 1. Let's take a look at the defense for the Diamondbacks today. Parra, Young, and Upton from left to right in the outfield. The infield is Bell, Bloomquist, Hill, and Goldschmidt. Doing the catching is Miguel Montero.
Paul Goldschmidt at first base. He's got it, covers a lot of ground. Big target, too, for the infielders to throw to him. Just 1 error so far this year and 454 total chances.
Here's Alberto Callasco, looks at a fastball for a strike. Callasco did not play last night, hitting .252. 3 home runs, 17 runs batted in. Hits this one in the air out toward right center field. Chris Young moving to his left is there. 2 outs. So Kennedy takes care of the first 2 batters here. 1 ground out, 1 fly ball out. Albert Pujols will step in the plate.
Kennedy 0-2 in interleague play this year with an ERA over 10. Was 2-6 in his career in interleague games.
It's the 3rd career game for Ian Kennedy against the Angels. His 2nd start. All of his action has been here at the Big A. Albert looks at a strike. Kennedy got knocked around his last start against Texas. 1 ball, 1 strike. We'll take a look at our Hyundai key to the game.
We're going a little jackal for you today. The Lumberjacks, that middle part of the order, especially in the day games, could see some big flies from Pujols, Morales, and Trumbo during the course of this game. The importance of being able to hit one out in these day games.
This one lifted in the air to left center field. Gerardo Parra calls off Chris Young. And Kennedy has himself a 1-2-3 inning. 1 complete here at the Big A. We're scoreless. great facility. Sun-drenched ballpark, by the way, today. Hot day.
Very hot here today.
Hope a lot of those folks in the sun brought their sunscreen, SPF 75. Goofy's favorite choice is Goldschmidt fouls this one back, and it's no balls and a strike. Garrett had a strikeout of the first, gave up a base hit, but nothing else. Goldschmidt, Young, and Hill here in the second. 21 on the season for Goldschmidt. 8 home runs, 26 runs batted in. Went 0 for 3 last night. The Texas State University product. That one got him up and in. Second base runner of the game for the Diamondbacks. And that'll bring up Chris Young.
Boy, with that fastball running in, it's going to be difficult for a batter to get out of the way of Richard's fastball today. That got him right in the shoulder area.
Second time this year Goldschmidt has been hit. So that'll bring up Chris Young, the center fielder. Now, we mentioned the struggles that Garrett had in his last start against the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. He ended up going 5 innings. He gave up 2 runs, 1 was earned, but he walked 5 and struck out 4. His first career interleague start. Took the no decision as Young swings and misses on that slider. And snowballs at a strike.
He did get picked off, too, at first base for good measure.
Yeah. And it wasn't one of those close pickoff moves where you can argue a little bit with the umpire. It's one of those you just take the helmet off and walk right back to the dugout. Thankfully for him, the visiting dugout is on the first base side. So it's a short walk. Not as embarrassing as having to cross all the way across the diamond. He'll throw over to first. And Goldschmidt is back. Oh, 1 pitch. Check swing. Boy, awfully close. They do not appeal. 1 ball, 1 strike. Young last night 0 for 4, hitting .244. Had 5 home runs, 16 runs batted in. As we mentioned, the leadoff spot. The first 2 games of this series. Goldschmidt has a pretty decent lead, trying to get a walking lead over at first. This one's hit in the air to center. Borges got a good jump on it. Makes the catch for the first down.
Well, that's one thing about day game baseball here at the Big A. The baseball has a chance of carrying a lot further. Good read by Borges. Good quick first step. Able to make that play.
So Aaron Hill, the second baseman, will step in now. Hill hitting .276. Lofts this one out to shallow left field. Mike Trout comes charging in, still coming on, and makes a catch. Trout, it looked like at one point, was, as he was starting to run in, looked at Eric Ibar as if to say, why aren't you drifting back on this one?
We talked about that coverage in the outfield with Trout, Borges. That's a lot of coverage. Came flying in on that one. I think everyone's realized they're not going back with with Trout in the outfield now because he'll run right over you.
That's one of those where Mike would catch it, just walk over to Eric. I got it. No, really, you stay here. I got it. 2 outs. Man, it's still at first, and here's Gerardo Parra, the left fielder. Parra went 0 for 3 last night, hitting .260. 5 home runs, 21 runs batted in. 24-year-old Venezuelan. Pardon me, 25-year-old Venezuelan. Picked up his first Gold Glove last season. Excellent left fielder, good throwing arm. He takes that one down and away.
Boy, just looking over at Goldschmidt, he's got 4 stolen bases in 5 attempts. He just tries to time a pitcher. He just walking kind of lead, hoping that the pitcher doesn't pay attention to him and gets a good running start. Especially with 2 outs, Richards might want to keep an eye on him right here. Just even show a pickoff move. You don't have to have your best pickoff move, but make them aware that you're looking at them.
One 0 pitch. Goldschmidt goes. Third down from Conger. Out of time. So make that 5 stolen bases now for the big man.
Well, and a pretty quick release and throw by Conger, but it's out just a little bit to the second base side of the base. Goldschmidt able to slide in for his 5th stolen base.
Two balls and no strikes on par with the man in scoring position. Three and 0. We got a much tighter strike zone, it appears, this afternoon from Mike Winters than we had from the other two guys. Josh Bell, the third baseman, is on deck. 3-0 pitch. 3-1. And he walked him. So the first walk issued for Garrett. That'll bring up Bell as we take a look at the umpires for today. We mentioned Mike Winters is calling the balls and strikes today. It's Mark Wegner over at first base. Wally, you can ring my bell at second base. And the R&B singer Brian Knight is over at third. Notice the umpires wearing the prostate cancer awareness patches. They also have the wristbands. See that throughout the game. There's the wristbands. First one to Bell, a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Wish they'd use the baby blue bats.
Thought they did for a while.
Yeah, they did. Use the pink bats on Mother's Day. Susan G. Komen for the Cure campaign. Pickoff attempt at second, and they almost get Goldschmidt. Remember, at Dodger Stadium, a similar pickoff attempt resulted in 2 errors and 1 run. Garrett fired it out toward right center field, and Trout bobbled the baseball, bringing home a run.
Well, a much better job, too, by Richards as far as getting his foot. It looked like he might have almost got him there at second, too.
We can show you that replay one more time here after this pitch, hopefully. The 0-1 is inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. The thing that makes it difficult for Garrett is throwing across his body. There's the tag.
Well,
but when
like
Garrett spins around, much like he does in his pitching motion, he blocks himself off. That's why you saw that ball tail out toward right center field at Dodger Stadium. This one's bounced to the right side.
Going across his body.
Yeah. We'll throw him out. The inning will come to an end. 2 base runners for the Diamondbacks. Nothing comes across. We get to the bottom of the second, scoreless. Bottom of the second, scoreless on this Father's Day. Kendrys Morales will lead things off against Ian Kennedy, who had himself a 1-2-3 first. First one is upstairs. 1-0 strike. Kendrys back in the cleanup spot with a right-hander on the bump. Morales, Trumbo, and Kendrick here in the second for the Angels. Kendrys went 1 for 4 yesterday. The Angels ended up picking up 10 hits last night, as that one apparently caught the inside corner to even the count. Howie Kendrick had himself a 3-hit game, as did Torrey Hunter. Torrey not in the lineup today. Lays off the breaking pitch. 2-1. Morales hitting .280 with 7 home runs, 23 runs batted in, 6 doubles, and still looking for that first triple of 2012. We'll chase the high one. 2-2.
Boy, Kennedy, about nearly 70% of his pitches are going to be fastballs. He has late movement on the fastball. Not overpowering. He said 88 to 92, maybe a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, but he's consistently around the strike zone.
Full count. Payoff pitch, lifted in the air to left. Parra comes charging in. 1 out. Hey, when the Halos take on the Giants on Tuesday, that's a 7:05 start. Fans in attendance will receive an Angels drawstring backpack courtesy of Nitto Tires while supplies last. Purchase your tickets today at Angels.com or visit the Angels Stadium ticket office. How convenient is that? The anniversary of the World Championship by the Halos. And lo and behold, Interleague plays out perfectly. The San Francisco Giants in the house.
And then we get to see Matt Cain also off his perfect game.
All we need now is for Dusty Baker to be giving away game balls. Oops. My bad. .1-0 pitch. This one's fouled back just below us. Count is even at 1-1. Mark, of course, had that home run, the game-winning hit in the first inning last night, his 15th of the year. 2-run shot off Joe Saunders, who threw the ball well himself. Just made one bad pitch, a 3-2 breaking ball that Trumbo hit over the fence and left.
As usual, Joe Saunders made the pitches when he had to.
This one's fouled back, 2-2.
A lot of fastballs from Kennedy. Giving up 10 home runs this year in a day game. You better make sure you locate that fastball. Speaking of locating a fastball well, Joe Saunders did a great job of using that two-seam fastball away last night to get some ground ball outs.
Off the plate, full count. Back-to-back full counts for Kennedy. And Howie Kendrick on deck. 3 fly ball outs and 1 ground out. (3-2) fouled off to the right.
And Mark so far is staying back pretty well on that fastball. Keeping his head still through the baseball. Keeping that front shoulder locked in. So if he does get a fastball away, he can hit it the other way.
All right, he got him with the off-speed pitch. First strikeout for Kennedy, the second out here in the second. Howie Kendrick is coming to the plate. This is what he had to say on this Father's Day.
The best part about being a dad is when we come home off the road, being able to see your kids every day and seeing that smile on their face and they run up to you and hug you. I don't think there's any better feeling than that.
Howie, as we pointed out, a 3-hit game last night, going 3 for 4. Picked up a couple of doubles, now with 9 on the year. Just missed a home run. The second double hitting off the top of the wall in left center. 1 ball, 1 strike on Howie. Hitting .272 now. 4 home runs and 24 runs batted in. Shows bunt, pops it up. Kennedy will make the catch. A 1-2-3 inning. 6 up and 6 down for Kennedy. 2 in the books. No score. Mazda memories, if you will, on Father's Day. How about the father and son combination of the Griffeys? Back-to-back home runs, September 14th, 1990.
I couldn't get either one of them out, so.
First pitch swinging is the ever popular Willie Bloomquist as he skies this one out to right field, and Mark Trumbo makes the catch. There's out number 1. Did both guys went oppo, didn't they? They both go out to left center field.
Well, they were tough hitters. I didn't enjoy going against either one of them.
Jason Kubel at the plate. Proud owner of the lone hit for the Diamondbacks today, a first inning single, so he's 1 for 1.
Well, that's a good hard fastball, 96 with movement. Well, you can live in that part of the plate all day long with that type of action on a fastball.
Oh, 2 count. Kubel grew up in Palmdale, the Highland High School there. 12th round pick in 2000 of the Twins. As he fouls this one off the left.
That's the dangers at times, though, with that two-seam fastball when you're trying to throw at the hip of a left-handed batter and a run on the inside corner. That fastball, even though it was 96, was over the middle part of the plate. A dangerous pitch on that one. You have to establish a four-seam fastball in first before you try that two-seamer in.
Oh, and he tied him up there. Down goes Kubel, 2 down. Second strikeout of the game for Garrett.
Well, that was that good four-seam fastball inside. They'll have more of a cut action on that fastball. Boy, no chance for Kubel there. Just a great sequence.
So 2 up and 2 down. Here's Justin Upton. Hit a fly ball to right field in the first. First one's in for a strike. .31 home runs, 88 runs batted in for Upton last year. The former #1 overall selection in the draft back in 2005.
Well, that first pitch slider that Richards threw there for a strike against Upton was the pitch that Mike Butcher worked all spring training long with Garrett Richards to be able to either throw a first pitch for a strike with a breaking pitch or get back into a count. Being behind 1-0, 2-1 to be able to throw a slider instead of a fastball all the time. That was a good one.
Broken bat, looper out to shallow left center field. That was going to fall in there for a 2-out base hit. That'll bring up Miguel Montero. And be sure to log on to foxsportswest.com. Check out all the features that are on the site, including a feature about the American League West and what's ahead for the Stanley Cup champions, LA Kings. Of course, the Bruins in the College World Series. foxsportswest.com. Get connected.
UCLA plays Arizona tonight. Should be a good matchup.
I'm a big College World Series guy. Having grown up in the Kansas City area and having it be just a couple hours away. Got into it big time as a youngster. Oklahoma State was always dominant back then.
Them and Miami was always in there making a run. South Carolina back in against Florida. Both those teams highly ranked.
The Cowboys were coached by Gary Ward.
Pete Incaviglia went there, didn't he?
Robert Ventura, Ben McDonald. Swinging a miss by Montero, and it's no balls and a strike. That was also when the regionals were set up a little bit differently. You always had the surprise. The Maine Black Bears always seemed to make an appearance every other year, it seemed like.
Didn't Billy Swift and Bobby Witt or something come from that school up there in Maine? Some good arms back in the day.
And then you had Mississippi State.
By the way, how did they ever lose with some of those teams they had?
Bobby Thigpen was the middle of the hitter order and their closer. Palmero. Breaking pitches down low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And one of your favorite players of all time, Will Clark, go there too?
Yeah. I'm sure I'm one of his favorites too. Up and over at first with 2 outs. And Garrett will check in on him. Montero grounded out to Howie Kendrick, then the first. He's 0 for 1. Upton with 8 stolen bases, second on the team for the Diamondbacks in that category. Hara has 10. Diamondbacks overall, though, don't run a whole lot. 12th in the National League in that category.
Yeah, not real good percentage as far as success rate. 41 stolen bases, 25 times have been caught.
He takes off. They pitch out. The throw down from Conger is high. Ivor does a heck of a job of keeping it on the infield. Pujols will apply the tag. That will end the inning. Boy, what an athletic play by Eric Ivor to save Hank Conger of an error. We're at the bottom of the third with no score. Los Angeles Angels that may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Angels Baseball LP. This beautiful Father's Day, the Angels and the Diamondbacks scoreless in the rubber game of this series. The Halos here in the bottom of the third will have Ibar, Conger, and Borges coming up to face again Kennedy, who's retired the first 6 batters.
Well, what a play by Eric Ibar to end that inning. He's so athletic at that position at shortstop. Great instincts, great athleticism, strong arm.
Oh, 1 count on Eric. As we go back and see the play that ended the third inning on the pitch out.
When Mike Scioscia guessed right, the high throw by Hank Conger, though. Ibar able to catch it and then throw to Pujols quickly, able to apply the tag. But that's a difficult play as an infielder there, because you're thinking in terms of when the guy's going to be running down at you.
So he bunts again, testing Josh Bell. That's an infield base hit.
Well, it's good to see Eric Ibar doing that once again, as far as he can bunt as well as anybody in the American League. He's always the leaders as far as bunt hits and infield hits in the league. That's a perfect bunt. No chance for Bell to be able to throw him out. Utilize that speed.
So Hank Conger will step in. First base runner of the game, standing at first, and Eric Ibar. Hank's hitting .273. 1 run batted in. Quick throw over. Eric is back. 5 stolen bases for Ibar. He's been caught once. The Angels, on the other hand, comparatively speaking to the Diamondbacks, 3rd in the American League in stolen bases with 49 this year. A slide step, and that fastball misses outside.
This Diamondback team is not easy to steal against. With Kennedy on the hills, base stealer has been successful 2 out of 3 attempts, but overall, they've thrown out 50% of would-be base stealers. Kirk Gibson's defense very solid, tops in the National League.
Bell playing in just in case. Ibar takes off. It's a hit and run. Bloomquist has it. Has no play at second. So Conger is thrown out for the first out of the inning. Eric into scoring position. Hank tried it. Tried to go the opposite way. Did so. Just couldn't get it toward the shortstop hole.
Did a nice job as far as getting the ball on the ground. Tried that hole. Again, when you have a team that throws out would-be base stealers and a pitcher that's quick to the plate, your best chance to get guys in a scoring position is via the hit and run. And it was almost worked perfectly, but the job was done. Ibar in scoring position nonetheless.
Peter Borges steps in at the plate. Hitting .216. Shows bunt and takes a strike. 3 doubles, no triples, 1 home run, 9 runs batted in for Peter. Seen him quite a bit play defensively, or a late inning defensive replacement. Fouled off to the right. It's 0-2. The Halos last night 0 for 7 with men in scoring position. In the series 0 for 9 and now 0 for the last 18. It was something that really was hampering this team at the start of the season, among other things. Fouled off to the right. Last start for Peter Borges, June 6th. That was a Wednesday game against Seattle. Mariners winning the series with that victory. That was also a rubber game of the series. 2 days before the Angels started their series in Colorado. Peter takes that one inside. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Top of the order, Mike Trout on deck. he gets hit by a pitch on the breaking ball, and he will take his base. Tried to come inside with that, I guess, front door breaking pitch. Peter hung in there.
He wasn't going to give it, especially when he had 2 strikes on him. And Borges keeping a positive attitude as far as his approaches at the plate. A lot of early hitting, going back up the middle, trying to level his swing, shorten up his stride once again. This time gets on base via hit by a pitch.
So 2 on, 1 out. Mike Trout at the plate. Grounded out to start the bottom of the first. Mike mired in a little bit of a mini slump, his first of the year. One for his last 18. His last hit, an RBI single in the 6th inning of Monday's game against the Dodgers. Swinging first pitch here. Fouls it off to the right, into the seats. 0-1. That's the other thing that he has seen a lot of late, too, is pitchers staying away from him, respecting his ability to turn on the ball in the inside part of the plate.
Yeah, he has such a short, compact swing through the baseball that they're taking that shot of throwing fastball, especially down and away. Sliders down and away. Fastballs up and away. He still has good plate coverage, but it's down and away he's having a problem with.
Lays off that one. Pretty good pitch and location. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And the league is making an adjustment now to Mike Trout. Now it's up to Mike to make the adjustment to the pitchers around the league.
Ibar with a bunt single stands at second. Borges hit by a pitch is over at first. A good speed on the bases. This one out for back center field. Hit pretty good. Upton is going back, tracking it down, makes the catch just shy of the track. 2 down as Ibar heads to third.
And like we mentioned last night with Upton out in right field, he has a strong arm, but he has a tendency to overthrow cutoff men. That's why you saw after Ibar tagged up to go to third, he was going around the base just in case a throw got away from an infielder.
So it's up to Callaspo with Ibar at third and Borges at first. Alberto with a fly ball to center field in the first innings. He's 0 for 1.
Better approach by Trout, and that ball was hit well the other way. That's a good sign. He's starting to hit the ball with authority that way.
Mentioned terrific speed on the bases for the Angels. Maybe they try to perhaps swipe a run here, a double steal opportunity. Borges, a very good base runner.
Especially if Callaspo falls behind in the count, they may try that.
The 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1. Kennedy with 1 strikeout, no walks, and 1 hit allowed. That was the bunt single to start this 3rd inning by Eric Ibar, standing at third base.
And just in case there would be a double steal put on by Mike Socha, there's always a play put on by the defense where you have a middle infielder cutting across in front of the base at second base to be able to prevent Ibar from trying to score, or the pump throw and then throw to third base to pick off Ibar.
1-1 popped up. Josh Bell, the third baseman, near the foul line, makes the catch. The inning comes to an end. 3 in the books. No score. very, very good crowd all weekend long, not just this afternoon here on a very warm Sunday afternoon. Temperatures turning. Supposed to be warm all week. 3-game series against the San Francisco Giants beginning tomorrow night. Off day on Thursday. Then the Dodgers will in 4-3 beginning Friday night. Garrett Richards back to work facing Miguel Montero. Montero was at the plate when Upton was thrown out trying to steal in the third inning. The Angels overshift as Montero shows bunt, offers at it, and Hank Conger playing a little paddle ball. Tried to get it into fair territory.
He's got a great sense of humor. He's always smiling.
He wishes he were at the beach with paddle ball.
Huntington Beach native.
It's one of your favorite sports, busting out the mankini, playing some paddle ball out on the beach. Why would you on a gorgeous day like today?
Perfect Father's Day after the game.
Emergency hack there by Montero. Fouled off to the left, and it's 0-2. Garrett Richards with a couple of strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits allowed. Swing and a miss. Down goes Montero. And there's out number 1. Well, since we've reached the 4th, that means it's time for our AT&T trivia question. This afternoon on Father's Day, we asked the following. Kirk Gibson, one of 4 ever to be a league MVP and manager of the year. Who are the others? It's a great question.
I believe Joe Torre would be one of those.
Goldschmidt tries the inside-out dead pitch and fouls it down the right field line. Nice catch by Fan down there. It's an 0-1 count. Joe Torre, the manager of Team USA for the World Baseball Classic. And I believe Joe just made a pitching change. The WBC doesn't start for how many months? One ball,
he does
one
like
strike.
to use the bullpen.
Oh. They're already worn out. They haven't named the team. Goldschmidt hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance, so no official at bat for him. Looks at a strike. One, two. Chopper back up the middle. That one's off the mound. Howie's got it. 2 down. Almost kind of ate him up a little bit there, that last hop to Howie.
Yeah, it's a different hop when it goes off that mound. It goes from the hard surface around home plate, then gathers up speed when it's off the mound. And Howie was in position. Good scouting for the Angels as far as where Goldschmidt will hit the baseball when it's on the ground. So he's in position, but a tough little late hop. Still able to field and throw him out.
Garrett looking for his first 1-2-3 inning as Chris Young steps in with nobody on base. 1 ball, no strikes. Garrett retired the first 2 guys in the 3rd inning before Justin Upton broke his bat, singled out to left center. Check swing, did not go. 2 balls and no strikes. .45 pitches thrown by the young right-hander. 28 have been strikes. Supplemental first-round pick by the Halos at the University of Oklahoma.
By the way, that's where Bobby Witt went to University of Oklahoma, not Maine. Billy Swift did go to the University of Maine, though.
Have any idea where Bob Tewksbury went to school? Isn't he from New Hampshire?
Probably MIT or something, isn't he? He's a smart guy.
Big time bowler too, right? Well, the things you find out randomly just by reading up.
He once hit me with a curveball in spring training and in a spring training game. Didn't like it.
2-1 pitch just off the plate, did not go again. 3 balls and a strike. He hit you with a curveball?
Yeah, because of course I had no idea how to get out of the way of it. Because usually in spring training, it's kind of a code with pitchers. You're just going to throw nothing but fastball. So I was looking fastball away and drills me in the back with a curveball.
You're still bitter about it? It was a curveball. You think it was an intentional? 3-1 outside. He walked him. Second walk issued by Garrett. Will bring up Aaron Hill.
No, it certainly wasn't intentional.
So then why are you so chappy about it?
Because I gave him fastballs and he got a hit off me. I gave him nothing but fastballs. We were warming up before the game. It's those little things.
So sometimes you just got to know who to trust. It could be. I blame you.
Yes.
You chose your friends not in a wise manner. Aaron Hill at the plate with a man on.
Did help
2
my
outs.
on-base percentage, though.
And Tewksbury went to Rutgers. But I think he's from New Hampshire, isn't he? For some reason, that's stuck in my head. He is from New Hampshire. Clarification from the voice in my head. Otherwise known as the production truck. Aaron Hill with a fly ball to left in the second. So he is 0 for 1. Kind of an odd breaking pitch the way Hank caught that one.
Yeah, almost like it was a cross-up on that one.
The home run that Hill hit on Friday, a big one. 3-run shot off of Dan Herron that took the score from 1-0 to 4-0. And of course, Arizona would eventually win 5-0. A good breaking pitch there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
We've seen it a couple times in this game for Garrett, getting 2 outs and having a 2-out walk. You try to avoid that as much as possible. You got to finish off an inning, keep the focus. He's got great stuff. Trust it. Chris Young with a couple stolen bases this year, has been caught twice. Good speed, though. In 2010, stole 28 bases. Last year, 22 stolen bases for Chris Young. So Richards has to pay attention to him right now.
Pretty good gas over to first base.
I would have had a tough time picking up that throw from Richards.
One pitch. Lifted in the air, shallow right center field. Borges coming on, calls off Trumbo. The inning comes to an end. We head to the bottom of the 4th here at the Big A on Father's Day with no score.
Angels baseball is brought to you by the new wireless receiver from AT&T Uverse. Visit AT&T.com/freeyourtv. Rethink possible. By CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax. Start here. And by Hawaiian Gardens Casino. Get your game on.
Scoreless here at the bottom of the fourth inning. The Halos with 3, 4, and 5 due up. Albert Pujols takes the first one downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes on Albert. Hit a fly ball to left field in the first. He'll be followed by Kendrys Morales, then Mark Trumbo. Hit in the air out toward deep left center field. Hit pretty good. Parra is giving chase, as is Young at the wall. Gone! Big fly for Albert Pujols, and the Angels take a 1-0 lead.
Home run number 10 now for Pujols. Left center field, plugged it against Kennedy. Our 11th home run that Kennedy has allowed this year. It's a fastball, no sink action, but it was in the middle part of the plate. No doubter for Pujols. The toe tap, the balance out in front of the plate, and drives it out of the yard.
Kendrys Morales looks at a strike. Albert Pujols' home run. His 455th of his career. It's an 0-2 count. $20,000 raised courtesy of that home run for prostate cancer research. To make a donation, just call 800-798-CURE. Go to pcf.org. As Kendrys fouls it off, and it's an 0-2 count. 10th home run of the season for Albert. His 38th run batted in.
First home run since June 8th for Pujols.
Snapped an 0 for 11 for Albert as well. Kendrys fouls it back. Morales with a fly ball to left himself, leading off the second. So he is 0 for 1. A breaking pitch missing away. Now the 2-2. A slow roller on the first base side. Kennedy off the mound, little bare hand flip, and that was bobbled by Goldschmidt, and they still call him out. How can they call him out if he never had control of the baseball?
He might be getting some help from Mike Winters here at home plate umpire.
That is an absolutely terrible call, and it looks like Mike Winters, the home plate umpire, is going to intervene here. He never showed possession of the baseball. I mean, what part of a first baseman doing a juggling act for Circus Vargas can you still call the guy out?
The bottom line is Mike Winters right away came out from this home plate position as home plate umpire and made the call, helped out. From that angle, maybe Wegner couldn't be able to pick up to see if he was bobbling the ball. You see him right there, he just assumed he's going to be out. He don't see the baseball being bobbled, but Mike Winters in position to get the call right.
Well, thankfully Mike Winters came up the line. And even more so Mark Wegner for being at least amenable to having Winters intervene. The first one to Trump was a strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
When a lot of times the opposing manager will run out there to argue that call too, after especially the call was made as being out, but Kirk Gibson in position to be able to see that was bobbled by Goldschmidt at first base.
And Goldschmidt gets charged with the error, his second of the year.
Tell you what though, Kennedy took a long time to throw that baseball.
Swing and a miss, pickoff attempt, and Kendrys is back. 0-2 count on Trumbo, who struck out swinging in the second inning.
So a lot of times you put pressure on your first baseman when you take your time like that as a pitcher and you throw when the runner's going down the line like that. It's a difficult catch for a first baseman.
The other thing too that he had to do, once he realized he picked up the baseball, he had to kind of arc it over to Goldschmidt. As Trumbo chases that one off the plate, down he goes for the first out. The 2 strikeouts recorded by Kennedy belong to Mark Trumbo. We go back to our AT&T trivia question. One of 4 ever to be a league MVP and manager of the year. That's Kirk Gibson. Who are the others? Frank Robinson, Joe Torre, and Don Baylor, the hitting coach currently for the Diamondbacks. Howie Kendrick at the plate. The first one is a strike on the outside corner.
Frank Robinson won an MVP in the American League and the National League.
Oh, 1 pitch off the plate. Howie with 2 outs in the second tried to bunt his way on and popped it up to Kennedy. So he is 0 for 1. Albert Pujols leading off this 4th inning with a home run. A solo shot, his 10th of the year. Kendricks reaching on the air by Goldschmidt. Downstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Kennedy, as we mentioned, grew up here in Southern California, went to La Quinta High School, was drafted by the Cardinals in the 14th round after his senior season, opted not to sign, went to USC, became a first-round selection of the New York Yankees, 21st overall in 2006. Falls behind here and actually stumbles after delivering that pitch. It's 3-1.
There's definitely a situation where both pitchers have different landing areas because Richards throws across his body. You can see the spot where he lands, and Kennedy where he lands. More of a conventional delivery, landing straight forward. It did look like he stumbled when he released that breaking pitch.
So it's 3 balls and a strike. Kennedy, a promising young arm in that Yankee system that never really flourished and or was not given the opportunities when presented. As the 3-1 is lifted in the air down the right field line, Upton moving toward the foul line is there, makes the catch for round number 2. As most of 2009 to Kennedy with an aneurysm in his right shoulder. David Cohen had that, right?
Yeah, he did.
Able to battle through that. And then prior to the 2010 season, part of a 3-team deal, Diamondbacks, the Yankees, and the Tigers, that brought Kennedy to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Max Scherzer, Daniel Schlereth went to the Tigers. Austin Jackson went to the Tigers from New York. His Ibar swings wildly out of the breaking pitch, and it's 0-1.
This Diamondback team, though, is retooled. It's going to be a pretty consistent team now for a while. A lot of good young players, a lot of good young arms, and even a more coming up through their system.
One ball, 1 strike on Eric Ibar. Mentioned Kennedy 4th in the National League in the Cy Young balloting last year. Clayton Kershaw, of course, a deserving winner for the Dodgers. Picked up some MVP votes as well, did Kennedy. 14th overall in the MVP balloting. 1 and 2.
Yeah, I remember that last year when that whole discussion was going on, Cy Young or MVP, when you think about what he meant to this Diamondback club, and they were not a real good team the year before, and they make the playoffs last year, win their division. The main reason was Kennedy. Every 5th day going out there and getting a W.
Breaking pitch, hooked foul. It's 1 and 2. He made 33 starts last year for the Diamondbacks. 21-game winner.
ERA 2.88. You pitch a majority of your games in Arizona where baseball flies. It's a quick infield. You've done your job.
Line to right field, a base hit. Boy, got a fastball up. Ibar turns on him. Morales advanced 90 feet. 2 on, 2 outs for Hank Conger. Multi-hit game for Eric Ibar, who had a bunt single in the 3rd. Hank 0 for 1. He grounded out to short. Back end of a hit and run that advanced Eric Ibar into scoring position in the 3rd inning. First multi-hit game for Eric since last Monday, also against the Dodgers. Angels offense, the last 2 games of that series against the Dodgers, struggled a little bit. Certainly struggled on Friday. They got some hits last night, but just couldn't get them in crucial situations. Kendry standing at second, Eric over at first. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, this will be really interesting with Morales at second base if Conger gets a base hit into the outfield. Dino Weeble told me at the beginning of the series that 2 just above average arms in right and left. And Young charges the ball very well in center, not necessarily above average arm strength, but very aggressive as far as charging the baseball.
Hank just let it fly there, comes up empty, and it's 1-2 now. .25 pitches thrown by Kennedy here in the 4th. Lifted in the air, foul.
And like we talked about, Morales from the left side of the plate, the uppercut swing, a little bit different from the right side for Conger too. Level swing, the fastball there, that's when you want to keep your hands level and through the baseball, not an uppercut, because you're going to hit a pop-up on that pitch.
Off speed, off the end of the bat towards short. Bloomquist has it, feeds Hill, and they get Ibar by a step. The inning comes to an end, but the Halos strike first on Albert's 10th home run of the year. Came leading off the 4th inning. For the books, the Angels lead at 1-0. The bottom of the 4th inning, putting the Halos up 1-0 as we walk inside our broadcast booth. Victor Rojas along with Mark Gubizzo, and obviously a very happy Father's Day to all of the dads that are out there. We've had obviously a chance earlier, especially during pregame, talk about some of our experiences growing up with our dads, especially as it pertains to baseball, and very close and dear to my heart. Obviously, a couple years ago, I had a chance, as you did, when they had the bobblehead day, to throw out the ceremonial first pitch in Kansas City. My old man went out there, and even after I guilted him and tried to guilt him to throw it from the mound, he said no chance. I had a chance to catch it, and as you can see, it was a looping breaking ball that was hammered out deep left center field.
Flip-flops you have on?
Those are flip-flops. And you know why? Because I could. 1-0 here at the top of the fifth. Gerardo Parra trying to bunt his way on. Bunts it foul. It's an 0-1 count. But that was
Did he have good movement on the pitch?
He
that
did
would
have
have
a
been
good
good
movement.
if he got you on the toe with that, with the flip-flops on.
The cool part about that is having grown up in that ballpark. And my dad retired at 77 from Kansas City. It's kind of cool to get back there. And all the father-son games aside, as Gerardo fouls this one back, and it's 0-2. He was very well respected, very well liked in Kansas City, so it was cool to get back there and have him honored back on that diamond and be able to catch his ceremonial first pitch. First time I'd ever done that.
We all knew him so well. Many of his players came along down the road, put on that Royal uniform, knew all about your dad, the way he played the game.
Spent 10 years here with the Angels from 82 through 92.
Well, even my brother still remember him as a member of the Phillies.
Yep. Check swing did not go, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So happy Father's Day to Octavio, as Harry Callis used to call him. Never called him Cookie. How's your father, Octavio? He would say. But Harry wearing his white shoes. 2-2 foul back. Garrett Richards this afternoon, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 hits allowed. Single to Kubel in the first. Blue single by Upton in the third. Parra drew a walk in the second. 2 base on balls issued by the right-hander. That's a full count.
Well, that's a time when you have a fastball with that type of movement. Just trust middle of the plate. Start around knee high and trust it's going to be a good enough movement down that you can get a ground ball.
And he walked him. Not what you wanted to do, especially with a guy like Parra with pretty good speed. Leadoff man is on board, and here comes Josh Bell, third baseman.
Now you have to quicken up your delivery to the plate. You're going to throw the first base. Parra with 10 stolen bases in 13 attempts.
Josh Bell, a ground out, victim into second. Former Baltimore Oriole, acquired recently. Had a lot of promise coming up through the minor league system, originally the Dodger system.
Definitely likes to hit the fastball. Change speeds against him.
First one's a strike. I want to say off the top of my head, Bell went from the Dodgers to the Orioles in the George Sherrill trade. That's what stands out to me, but I'm not absolutely positive. I'll have someone check on it.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one. Dodgers were in need of some bullpen help and brought in Sherrill from Baltimore.
It was a 2009 deadline deal. And Baltimore gave him a couple of looks over there. But kind of a long swing, very susceptible to the breaking pitch. Got power from both sides of the plate. Parra with a pretty good lead at first. The 0-1. 0-2 count.
Definitely a guy, if you can get a ground ball, you have a real good chance of turning a double play. He's a power swinger. He likes the fastball, down, especially from the left side of the plate. Prefers fastball up from the right side.
Checking in on Parra at first. Albert applying a nice tag there. is ripped to Albert. He touches the base, so they got to apply the tag on Parra. Double play.
That was a missile, and what a play by the two-time Gold Glover Pujols at first. You can't make a better play than that. You're holding on a base runner, you're getting off the base, and it's an absolute rocket. You have the presence of mind to step on the base to get that out, and then you're going to have a rundown scenario. Well, he gets down in good fielding position once the baseball is thrown towards home. And that's a good pump fake, too, because if he throws that ball right away to Ibar, Parra's going to go run back to first base and make it a real close play.
First one to Willie Bloomquist is in for a strike. Diamondback shortstop 0 for 2 with a strikeout on the fly ball to right. They tied him up. 0-2 count. That's one way to erase a leadoff walk.
Get a routine double play ball.
Routine in quotation marks. Oh, 2. Jammed him. That's popped up. Howie Kendrick makes the catch. The inning comes to an end. We head to the bottom of the 5th here at the Big A, and the Eagles on top 1-0. Fifth inning, Albert Pujols has done it with the bat. Just did it with the glove, starting a pretty cool double play in the top of the 5th inning. The Angels here in the bottom half of the inning against Ian Kennedy will have Borges, Trout, and Callaspo. Peter hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning, was stranded at first base. No official at bat for him. Swings first pitch, fouls one back. 0-1 count. Peter growing up in a baseball family himself. His dad now with the San Diego Padres after many years with the Baltimore Orioles. It's good to see him too.
I got a chance to talk to him this past time in Colorado. Just a great man.
That's out towards center. Chris Young moves over a couple of steps, puts it away. 1 out here to start the 5th. Hey, be sure to entertain a group by reserving a suite for the Kenny Chesney and Tim McGraw concert. That's on July 14th. All you have to do is call 714-940-2000 today.
July 14th, right here at the Big A. We're not going to make it there, are we?
Well, I mean, you have that ability to be able to fly us from New York back and forth. I think you can do it. You have those connections.
Well, it is a day game on Saturday, the 14th, in New York. Trout bounces it foul. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Like I said, you have those connections.
Trout today's 0 for 2. Ground ball to second, a fly ball to right. Breaking ball is in there.
Speaking of Tim McGraw, his dad, Tug, was one of my all-time favorite Phillies.
Used to slap your glove on your thigh just like him?
I swear I did every time when I got the third out, because that was always special to get through an inning.
2 down as Trout grounds out. So bases clear now, and Alberto Callasco coming up. Arizona with no runs, 2 hits, 1 error. They've stranded 4. The Angels 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. The Halos have left 4 on base. 2 each in the 3rd and 4th innings. Alberto 0 for 2. Fly ball to center, and he popped up to third baseman Bell to end the last inning. Is that pitch? He is inside, pardon me, the 3rd inning. Ball on a strike. 74 pitches thrown by Kennedy, 50 strikes. Not a strikeout pitcher. He's got 2 punch-outs today, both of Mark Trumbo. Breaking ball downstairs.
Doesn't waste a lot of time. He's on that pitching rubber. He's got good mechanics, not a lot of wasted energy. Lands in good fielding position also.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Pujols on deck. Popped up. Shallow center field. Christian comes charging in. Makes a catch, and the Angels go down in order. 5 in the books. Still 1-0 Halos.
It's not just one thing. There's so many things, and I've been blessed with 2 great kids, Matt and Taylor. And every Father's Day, they let me know how good they are. Relating to your kids, seeing them grow up, seeing them start to achieve, and giving them the opportunity to do things that they have a passion for in life. That's what it's about, and I'm privileged to be able to do that.
Skipper Mike Scioscia on Father's Day. Jason Kubel swinging first pitch, lofts one out toward right center field. Peter Borges makes a catch. One out.
Boy, to 65 pitches thrown for Richards so far with one out here in the 6th inning. Nice job as far as attacking with his fastball. His breaking pitch has been solid too, but the fastball with that movement, 94, 95, 96.
41 strikes of those 65 pitches thrown by Garrett. Justin Upton steps to the plate now. Upton 1 for 2. Single and a fly ball to right. Looks at a strike. Upton growing up in that Virginia Beach area. He and his brother were part of some pretty good summer league baseball teams. As a matter of fact, Justin was for a while, as this one's bounced foul, the bat boy on the team that included B.J. Upton, Ryan Zimmerman, Mark Reynolds, David Wright. Justin was the bat boy.
Was there any baseballs left after those guys went to go swing?
No.
That's a great spot on that slider. Now you can go a two-seam fastball right back out on the outside corner. Keep it down.
Two balls, two strikes. Michael Kadire. I think Kadire was from that area too. The Hampton Roads area.
Some serious talent.
No doubt. Two. Slow roller towards short. Eric has it. 2 down. And be sure to subscribe to MLB.tv today, and you can see every Angels out-of-market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit Angels.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere.
When looking back on that play by Ibar, it almost looks routine when you're watching it at home, but that's a tough play, especially with Upton in that speed. He has to come in on the baseball and still have to transfer and throw strong across the diamond to be able to get Upton going down the line. That's the type of arm that Ibar has.
Two up and two down. Miguel Montero, the batter. Ground out in the first, a strikeout in the fourth. Montero went around, and it's no balls and a strike. Let's go back to that Eric Ibar ground ball.
And it's a tough play. He's coming in. Upton, who runs extremely well. The transfer from the glove to the throwing arm. Off balance, but still a perfect throw to Pujols to get Upton by a half a step. Great play.
0-2 count.
The 8th 0-2 count of the game for Garrett Richards.
Fouled off.
Well, when you look back, if you're a pitcher, you look around that infield, and of course, even in your defense in the outfield, you want to be more aggressive. You want to get ahead of the count because you can utilize that great defense that the Angels have.
One ball, two strikes. Garrett not wasting a whole lot of time either between pitches. Just getting back up there. Mechanics a lot better today than they were in his last start. Swing and a miss. Down goes Montero. That's the first time this afternoon. Richards has retired the side in order. 1-0 Halos as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
Play Albert Pujols in the 4th inning. Pitch down in the strike zone, goes with the pitch, hits it out. Left center field, giving the Angels the only run of the game, his 10th home run, 455th home run of his career for Albert Pujols.
He'll lead things off here against Ian Kennedy. Pujols, Morales, and Trumbo against the right-hander who has 2 strikeouts, no walks, 3 hits allowed. Albert takes a fastball away, 1 ball, no strikes. Albert's home run came leading off the 4th inning. 10th of the season. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Let's go back to our Hyundai key to the game.
Lumberjacks, we talked about the need for some power out of that 3, 4, and 5 spots in the lineup for the Angels so far. Albert has produced that with a home run, the only run of the game.
Well, he gets jammed here, bounces it off the plate. Hill has it, 1 out. Back inside on that 2-0 fastball. It's the first out here to start the 6th.
Well, you got to have a lot of confidence in your fastball to be able to go inside on a 2-0 fastball count. You have to trust movement and you have to trust location. Kennedy certainly did that.
There's Morales, 0 for 1. Pardon me, 0 for 2. Fly ball to left, and he reached down the error by Goldschmidt at first base. Swinging through that one. He's giving him 2 fastballs. And Kendry's just cutting right through them. In the hole at 0-2. Mark Trumbo's had a hard time figuring out Kennedy today with 2 strikeouts. He's on deck. And there's a 3rd one. 2 down.
Well, again, not, velocity-wise not overpowering, but location hides the baseball well, and late movement on his fastball makes it so effective for Kennedy. And not necessarily a strikeout pitcher, but takes a lot of sting out of the bat with good location in that fastball.
Trumbo's 1 for 9 in this series. Mentioned the 2 strikeouts sit against Kennedy. And Kennedy stayed away from Mark with the fastballs off the plate. Does so again. This one's fouled back.
I'm a believer if you're a pitcher and you're hitting your spots and the hitter's not making good contact, you stay out there until a hitter makes the adjustment. Now, we've seen Mark crush the ball the other way on fastballs. So far, has not had a good swing against that fastball away.
0-2. Kennedy has just painted on an outside corner all afternoon. This one shot to right field, a base hit. Figures you're going to keep going out there. I'll take my base knock. A 2-out base hit puts a man on for Howie.
And that's a good adjustment for Trumbo. It's a very difficult pitch to hit out of the ballpark, but the reality is you get a good chance to get a base hit that way. That's a perfect pitch. Shorten up your swing and just punched it out to right field. Well, his body started going forward, but he kept his hands back long enough to be able to hit that in the right field for a base hit. Well, the way Trumbo dove back there, it looks like there might be something on as far as some movement. Trumbo with 4 stolen bases this year in 6 attempts.
Oh, 1 count on Kendrick, who's 0 for 2. He's popped out, trying to bunt his way on in the 2nd. And hit one out to right field in the 4th inning. Base hit by Trumbo with 2 outs in the 6th. Just the 4th hit for the Angels today. 3 singles and a home run. Oh, 2.
88 pitches thrown for Kenny, 61 in the strike zone. Very impressive. You see why he won those 21 games last year and his 4 losses.
Diamondbacks in the 7th. We'll have Goldschmidt, Young, and Hill coming up to face Garrett Richards. Swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts in the inning, 4 overall in the game for Kennedy. We're through 6, still 1-0 Angels. Angels baseball is brought to you by the amazing grilled cheese bacon burger, a Charlesboro beef patty with 2 kinds of melted cheese and 2 strips of crispy bacon, only at Carl's Jr. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T Rethink Possible. And by Dodge. Top of the 7th on Father's Day here at the Big A. 1-0 Angels, courtesy of Albert Pujols and his home run in the 4th inning, his 10th of the season. Garrett Richards will face the Diamondbacks first baseman Paul Goldschmidt to lead off the 7th inning, coming off his first 1-2-3 frame of the afternoon as a balloon is hovering around the home plate area.
You see Garrett was trying to throw that baseball as quick as possible for that distraction. Goldschmidt steps out. He didn't want to have that balloon going near him, especially after Garrett hit him with a pitch in the first at bat.
0-1 count. 96-mile-per-hour fastball. Goldschmidt hit by a pitch, as Gooby pointed out. Stole second base, was stranded there in the 2nd inning. And then grounded out to Kendrick in the 4th. 0-for-1. A perfect location there.
Well, he's maintained his velocity throughout this whole game here in the 7th inning, still throwing 96 miles an hour. And a bad opportunity, another 0-2 count for Richards to spot another fastball away.
Breaking pitch hit well out toward right, chasing Trumbo back on the warning track and shy of the wall, makes the catch, and there is out number 1. Brings up Chris Young. Take a look at our Kia standings. Halos needing a victory to stay 4 back. Texas right now leading Houston 7-1. Game at the top of the 7th.
It was 1-0 in the 6th. Texas scored 7 in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Well, you knew that wasn't going to last in that ballpark during the day. As Chris Young steps in with 1 out, nobody on. 0-1 pitch. It's an 0-1 count, I should say, after that pitch. Young 0-for-1 with a fly ball to center and a walk. 4 strikeouts for Garrett, 3 base on balls. 1-1.
Well, Garrett has faced 25 batters in this game. To this point, 20 first pitch strikes for him.
Two one pitch. Breaking ball, a beauty. 2-2.
And that's that pitch right there. Again, we talked about it early in the game. Mike Busher wants that pitch from Richards to be able to get back into a count by being able to throw a breaking pitch to even it up now at 2. So important to be able to do that when you put yourself into a fastball count, to be able to throw something off speed then.
Foul back. Another foul ball back. That one on a fastball. Swing and a miss. Down goes Young. Another breaking pitch. 2 down. That is strikeout number 5.
That's a sharp, true slider from Richards. Looks like a fastball, and then late break at 86 miles an hour. 5th strikeout of the game for Richards.
Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. Trying to hold up. Hill today's 0 for 2. A couple of fly ball outs as that fastball misses high. Out toward right center field, hit pretty well. Trumbo giving chase, as is Borges. Trumbo is there, makes the catch. Another 1-2-3 inning for Garrett. He's retired the last 8 in a row. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. 1-0 Angels. Bottom of the 7th here at the Big A. The Angels up by the score of 1-0. Want your little slugger to appear on our future Angels Weekly? Send a big-time play to foxsportswest.com/playball and upload your video. He's got the bat in hand ready to go. Helmets, plenty of moms, dads, and kids in attendance here on this perfect day for baseball. Perfect day for Father's Day here at the Big A. And to top it off, almost like that hot fudge on an ice cream sundae. Buttercup.
Oh, can't get much better than that.
The Angels have the bottom third of their order coming up here against Ian Kennedy, who picked up a couple of strikeouts in the 6th inning. He's got 4 punch-outs overall, no walks, with 4 hits allowed. Eric Ibar, Hank Conger, Peter Borges against the Southern California native, who's done a nice job today for the Diamondbacks, as did Joe Saunders yesterday in his return to the Big A, facing his former teammates for the first time. Saunders yesterday ended up taking the loss, but gave up 2 runs on 8 hits, struck out 4, walked 2 in his 6 innings of work. Eric Ibar's 2 for 2. A bunt single, that came in the 3rd inning, and a base hit to right field in the 4th. Two balls and no strikes. It's 3 balls and no strikes.
Time to take 1 or 2 pitches if you're Eric Ibar.
Takes 1, 3-1 now. Ibar hits one down a right field line. Justin Upton is near the foul line, having trouble with it. That's a fair ball, and it bounds into the seats. So instead of an out, it turns into a ground rule double.
It looked like Eric chased the pitch out of the strike zone. It looked like it would be an out. Upton could not pick that baseball up in the high sky. You see him struggling, trying to find it in the last second. The ball lands right on the chalk and into the stands for a ground rule double. 13th double of the year. Well, that's a good feeling, too, when you're a pitcher. You think you got an out, get away with a mistake, a 3-1 fastball up, and you lose it.
There's not much you can do either. I mean, it's tough to get really upset about it. I mean, he did his best, was there, looked like he was tracking it, then at the last minute lost it as Conger shows bunt, pushes it up the third base line. The play's going to first. The sacrifice works as Ibar ends up at third.
Nice job by Hank Conger getting that bunt down. Third base line. Kennedy did a nice job at fielding his position. We talked about how well he is as far as slowing down the running game. But fields his position, gets off the mound very well. But a job well done by Hank Conger. Now Borges an opportunity to get his first RBI since May 7th. That's big RBI to be.
Ibar standing at third base. Leadoff double, giving him 3 hits in this game. It's the first 3-hit game he's had since the 4-for-4 performance he had on May 19th against the Padres. Peter swinging first pitch, grounded over to Bell at third base, and they've got Ibar hung up in a rundown. Eric's going to stay in there as long as possible, and now he is out, allowing Borges to get into scoring position, but there are 2 outs. So the struggles for the Angels with men in scoring position continue.
We got a fastball to try to get in the air, but hits it on the ground, hits it well, but right at Bell at third base. The infield in.
Trout 0 for 3, a couple of ground outs and a fly ball to right.
2 ground outs for Trout to second base and a fly ball to right field. So they've been staying away with both the fastball and the breaking pitch.
First one on its way. Hammered down the left field line. That's going to go for extra bases as it hits off the base of the wall. Borges comes in to score. Trout easily to second with an RBI double. 2-0 Angels.
Now this time Trout gets a fastball that stays in the inner half, and he turned on it. Made Kennedy pay for that mistake. Fastball in, but quick through that baseball. We talked about how quick that and short that swing is for Trout. Tucked his hands in and gets that baseball out in front of the plate, hooks it down the line for a double. His 11th double, 27th RBI of the year.
More importantly, it snaps an 0 for 22 for the Angels with men in scoring position. So man in scoring position for Carrasco with 2 outs. Swings the first pitch and bounces it over Goldschmidt. Almost falls down. Stays on his feet and gets the out. Halos get a run. We're through 7. They lead it 2-0.
It's been a solid game so far. Albert Pujols in the 4th inning, leading off the 4th, hits his 10th home run of the season, giving the Halos a 1-0 lead. And Garrett Richards has been outstanding. Great command of his fastball, 26 batter space, 21 first pitch strikes. Has been maintaining his fastball at 96, and also very sharp slider, mixing the fact that Mike Trout has had an RBI double in the bottom of 7th. The Angels leading 2-0.
He's retired the last 8 in a row, has Garrett, including a couple of strikeouts. 5 punch-outs overall with 3 walks. He'll face 8, 9, and 1 here in the 8th. Parra, Bell, and Bloomquist. Gerardo Parra, the left fielder, twice has walked. Last time they did, came leading off the 5th inning, and then Josh Bell ripped that one hopper that Albert Pujols made a nice play on and turned it into a double play. Ground ball weakly hit to short. Eric Ibar has it. 1 pitch, 1 out. Hey, fans, the Chevy Cruze Eco offers the best highway fuel economy of any gas engine in America. With an EPA estimated 42 miles per gallon highway, you can continue your journey with fewer stops and fewer dollars. The Chevy Cruze, live life uninterrupted.
Well, that's the 4th 1 pitch out that Richards has gotten this game so far against the D-backs.
Josh Bell swinging first pitch, drives one out to center field. Borges back at the warning track, makes the catch, 2 down. So 2 pitches, 2 outs. If he gets Willie Bloomquist on 1 pitch, it's a steak dinner from us.
No question. When you talk about getting back to the command of the strike zone, 28 batters faced 23 first pitch strikes. Struggle in Dodger Stadium as far as throwing first pitch strike, but certainly not the case today.
What do you think, Capitol Grill, Del Frisco's?
His choice.
His choice. Bloomquist is 0 for 3. Maybe he doesn't want to get jammed again. He takes.
You might have got jammed on that. That was a pretty good fastball. Another first pitch strike for Richards.
What do you say if he gets him here? Slater's 50-50 for Hamburger.
Yeah, I'll take that 4-pitch out.
0-1 pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're trying to give you food, Garrett. We're trying to provide you a meal.
Yeah, you're not going to make contact with that nasty slider there. That's for sure.
You're a rookie, and, we're trying to help you out. Oh, well. All bets off now. 1-1 pitch. Swings here, and this is a 1-hopper under the glove. May have actually gotten a piece of Ibar's glove and into center field. So a 2-out base hit for Bloomquist.
It's one of those odd spins on the baseball. Sometimes as an infielder in a day game, it's tough to be able to pick up the baseball when it's hit low like that, just under the glove. Again, it looks like he didn't get a good read off the bat.
Jason Kubel, the batter. 3 infielders on the right side. He looks at a fastball down and away. Kubel this afternoon, 1 for 3, had a single back in the first inning. He has struck out and hit a fly ball to center since.
Great location of that fastball count. Drop a good hard slider.
The 1-1. Inside, 2 balls and a strike. David Hernandez loosening for Arizona. Kennedy's thrown 98 pitches through 7. The Angels have 3, 4, and 5 coming up in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bloomquist standing at first base with a 2-out single. He's got a pretty good lead. Two and two.
The 2 outs here in the 8th inning. A 96-mile-an-hour fastball from Richards.
.97 pitches thrown by the right-hander.
These are the times as a pitcher, this part of the game, you're thinking pitch by pitch. You're not worried about what's going to happen next inning, who's coming up at the plate for your team. You're thinking about making one more quality pitch to get through this inning.
Two-two. This one pulled and into right field. Even with the overshift, Kubel's able to get a base knock, and heading to third is Bloomquist. So back-to-back 2-out hits, puts runners at the corners. Justin Upton coming to the plate.
And 2 more hits in the game for Kubel. Giving him 5 hits in this series.
Mike Butcher's going to come out and pay a visit. Looks like some scrambling going on in the Angels' pen right now. Our GoPro bullpen cam tells us it's Ernesto Frieri beginning to play catch. Where would we be without the GoPro cam?
It's tough to figure out who's warming up for us.
Yep.
Doesn't take long for Ernesto to get ready. About 10 to 15 pitches max, and he's ready to go.
We need to snap one of those GoPro cams on the top of your headset so we can kind of film what you're looking at during a broadcast. Be a kind of a bird's eye view, if you will, from behind the plate.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Upton is 1 for 3. A bloop single in the third. Luke was standing at third base. Kubel over at first. Just off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch lays off. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Garrett got the first 2 guys here in the 8th inning. Parham and Bell on 2 pitches. Bloomquist with a single, Kubel with a single after that. Now the 2-0. Breaking pitch popped up. First base side. Pujols coming over near the on-deck circle and the railing. Reaches over, pops it up, and makes the catch. The inning comes to an end. Pete Rose and Bob Boone with the Philadelphia Phillies. Except this time, no Booney needed. 2-0 Angels. Pretty nifty defense on the part of Albert Pujols to get out of the 8th inning with a couple of men on. And still a 2-0 lead.
Well, you have to find the railing and still reach over by the camera well, off the glove, and makes the catch. He's made 2 outstanding defensive plays in this ballgame. Turned a double play, and of course, catches the pop-up.
Swinging first pitch to lead things off. Fouls it off to the right.
And you're dealing with the cameras. You're dealing with the fence, and then able to make a play, huge play, especially first and third. Great reaction by Hank Conger also.
This one yanked foul. It's no 2 count. You like that 1980s World Series
Yes.
reference for it?
I had little goosebumps. I was right there at that game, right behind the dugout.
You just got goosebumps on my call? It reminded you?
No.
Awesome. That is fantastic. Up and away, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Oh, I see Pete Rose during the wintertime about 2 or 3 times a month, and each time I say, hey, great play on that pop-up. Then out of Bob Boone's glove and into his glove in the World Series.
Fouled back. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Albert 1 for 3 with that home run in the 4th inning, his 10th of the year. 177 home runs during day games out of the 455 collected by Albert. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, got him with the off-speed pitch. 1 out here to start the 8th. Take a look at our Chevron starting pitchers for the series opening game tomorrow against the San Francisco Giants. Matt Cain, coming off the perfect game, will be going up against Jerome Williams.
Jerome so effective pitching at the Big A throughout his career. Looking forward to seeing Matt Cain, though. Always difficult to back up a game like that, especially early part of the ballgame. That's what's going to be the chance for the Angels to take advantage of that adrenaline still going for Matt Cain tomorrow night.
Morales fouls it off. Ball and a strike on Kendry, serving as a DH today. Got to start over at first base last night. Kendry's this afternoon 0 for 3. Two and one. Boy, even in the 8th inning, at 107, 108 pitches now, you're still getting those odd swings, not being able to pick up the baseball and/or the movement.
I'll tell you what, he commands the strike zone exceptionally well. He's thrown 108 pitches, 75 strikes, 5 strikeouts, no walks in the game.
Breaking pitch, got him looking on the outside corner, 2 down. Well, I mentioned Matt Cain is going to be in the house tomorrow night. This is what he did against the Houston Astros. The one tested play. You always have to have one of those, it seems like, in a perfect game situation.
I was a little nervous watching that when he backed up on that ball at third base. It's a long throw across the diamond to keep that perfect game.
2 outs, nobody on for Mark Trumbo. First one's a strike. Mark's 1 for 3, had a base hit in the 6th inning.
I don't think Mark liked that fastball being called on the outside corner there.
6 strikeouts for Kennedy, no walks.
Basically the first pitch on the inner half against Trumbo in this game by Kennedy against him. But what a job by Richards. Outstanding stuff.
Popped up, middle part of the infield. Josh Bell, the third baseman, is there, makes the catch. The inning comes to an end. The Angels go down in order as we head to the 9th. Montero, Goldschmidt, and Young for the Diamondbacks, with the Angels leading it 2-0.
Angels baseball is brought to you by El Pollo Loco. Crazy you can taste. And by Southern California Toyota. Check out the full line of fuel-efficient vehicles at your Southern California Toyota dealer.
Garrett Richards back out for the ninth inning. The Angels up by the score of 2-0. 101 pitches so far today.
Boy, he's throwing the ball so well. 66 in the strike zone and consistently getting ahead of the count. 0-1. Had an outstanding fastball throughout so far. 96. Even touched 97. Sink on the fastball. Slider's been good. Torrey Hunter taking over in right field for Mark Trumbo.
Miguel Montero, the batter. First one is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Montero today 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. 5 punch outs overall for Richards. 3 walks. Missing with the breaking pitch. Falls behind here. 2 balls and no strikes. Ernesto Frieri was loosening in the 8th inning. It's 3-0. He is ready to go now, just in case if Montero gets on. I would imagine that Mike Scioscia will not waste a whole lot of time, considering the game that Garrett has pitched. The bullpen rested after Irvin Santana's performance last night. 3-0. He walked him on 4 pitches. Leadoff man is on board. Mike Scioscia coming up the steps, and we've got ourselves a pitching change, it appears.
Yeah, great job by Richards. Just dropped his elbow here in the 9th inning, but the fans are certainly going to give him a standing ovation for this outstanding effort.
A provider, a guy who's going to sacrifice everything for his family to make it right. I think that's what it means to be a father. And to all you fathers out there, and to all the fathers that are standing in the gap, happy Father's Day.
Torrey Hunter on in defensive purposes in right field at the start of this inning. Miguel Montero working a 4-pitch walk. That's why Mike Scioscia went to the bullpen and brought in Ernesto Frieri to face Paul Goldschmidt with nobody out and a man at first. It sounded as if Volare was the entrance music for Frieri. I like it.
Boy, 34 punch outs and 18 in the 3rd innings pitched for Ferrari. He'd love to get a little fastball down and get a ground ball out.
First one's a fastball for a strike. Goldschmidt, the first baseman, has been hit by a pitch, has grounded out and hit a fly ball to right. So he's 0 for 2. First appearance for Frieri in this series. Last pitched on Wednesday when he picked up his 6th save. A 1 pitch. Lifted in the air towards center. Borges broke back. Now comes in. 1 out.
And Ernesto has faced this Arizona club a number of times. 14 games against them, an ERA of 1.29.
Here's Chris Young. Slider on the outside corner. He's 0-1. Young to center fielder. Is it a fly ball to center? He has walked and has struck out. Halo's trying to pick up the series victory this afternoon. Fouls this one back to the right. 0-2. Garrett Richards trying to pick up his 2nd major league victory. Now the 0-2. Fastball got him looking on the outside corner. Down goes Young, 2 outs.
Boy, just painting that fastball. Talked about Ian Kennedy with that late life in the fastball. This is tremendous life. Painting the outside corner. Getting the 2nd out here of the 9th inning.
There's Aaron Hill, the 2nd baseman, who takes downstairs on the fastball. 1 ball, no strikes. Hill's 0 for 3. 3 times he has hit a fly ball out to the outfield. Two balls and no strikes. Two-0 pitch. Fouled straight back on a fastball at 95, 2-1.
And Hill was geared up for that fastball, fouled it straight back.
Frieri's 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 41,000 plus in the house this afternoon on Father's Day. And we're looking for another series victory. Trying to keep pace with Texas, currently leading the Astros in Texas. 2-2. Ground ball to third. Teoscar has it. Goes the short way. Light that baby up as the Angels shut out the Diamondbacks for the 2nd straight night, 2-0. Garrett Richards picks up his 2nd win of the season. He is now 2-0. Ernesto Frieri picks up his 7th save, and for his effort, Ian Kennedy takes the loss, even though he allowed 2 runs in 8 innings of work and drops to 5 and 7 on the year. There was 1 home run hit in this ball game. That was Albert Pujols, proved to be the game winner in the 4th inning. Because of that, another $20,000 raised in our game for prostate cancer research. To make a donation, you can call 800-798-CURE. Go online to PCF.org.
What a job by the entire team. Albert Pujols with a home run in the 4th, 2 outstanding defensive plays, a big RBI double by Mike Trout in the 7th. But the story of the game, Garrett Richards was absolutely phenomenal. His fastball, command of the fastball, 94, 95, 96. Great job with his slider, too, getting some swing and misses and getting back into counts with his sliders. Changeup was good, curveball, but an outstanding tempo and just an amazing performance from Richards.
It was a terrific performance by the young man who went 8 innings plus 1 batter. We'll get a chance to talk with Garrett here in just a moment. The big run, obviously, too. The 2nd run that the Angels scored in the 7th giving the Angels a little bit of cushion. A big 2-out RBI double by Mike Trout that brought home the second run of the game.
Yeah, that allows you to be more aggressive, too, when you get that extra run late.
Now let's go down to the field. Garrett Richards is kind enough to join us on this Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everyone in the house here. Big win for the Halos, 2-0 shutout victory. Give it up for Garrett Richards today, picking up his second Major League victory. 8 very strong innings. And Garrett, got to ask you about the bounce-back performance this afternoon compared to your last start against the Dodgers, in which you struggled a little bit with command. Today, you didn't seem to have that trouble.
Well, first of all, happy Father's Day to everybody. Yeah, I mean, I had good fastball command today, and I was able to throw my slider for a strike also. So, I just stuck with my strengths and tried to keep guys off balance and flow up the zone early.
Yeah, Garrett, talk about that. You're getting back to be able to throw your slider in fastball counts. You threw that very well as far as getting back in the counts and then finishing them off with your fastball.
Yeah, my two-seam was working good to my arm side, and I was able to throw my four-seam into lefties and away to righties today, and get ahead in the count and throw the ball down the zone and let the ball, do what it's going to do. Once it leaves my hand, I can't do anything about it.
All right, you saw Ernesto Frieri starting to warm up a little bit in that 8th inning with a couple of men on. Were you surprised Mike gave you the baseball and told you to go back out there for the 9th inning?
No, I mean, I was feeling pretty good, and I still felt like I had some gas in the tank, so figured I'd go out there and give it a shot.
Well, Garrett, what about that defensive plays for you from Pujols at first? He turned to double play and, of course, catches that pop-up to be able to finish off an inning. It's all about the defense behind you, isn't it?
Oh, it was great. The guys played good defense behind me. Hank was great behind the plate. And, they put up a couple runs for me, and great job.
Garrett, as always, we appreciate it, man. Nice job today.
Thanks.
Garrett Richards picking up his second Major League victory, moves to 2-0 on the season. The Halos pick up the series win. They've won the last 7 of 8 series for the Angels. The only blemish, of course, was the loss of the series against the Seattle Mariners here a couple of weeks ago. The Halos shut out the Arizona Diamondbacks 2-0 the final. Stick around. Michael Leaves, Jose Mota, Garrett Anderson will be with you with Angels Live post-game edition coming up next.